Food markets only.
Meet Susie Smart, she is so bright. On her blackboard you can write. She has a desk, she has a seat. What's your name, my darling sweet?
My name is Susie Smart.
She can talk!
She can talk, but can she add?
2 plus 2 is 4. Cat, C-A-T.
You can spell!
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how
You recite!
Press the button, she says a dozen things, complete with desk, blackboard, and seat. Susie Smart, sold at food markets only.
Yeah, that's right. Sell me down there next to the avocados and the asparagus, because I'm an A+. Welcome, everybody. It's Susie Q96, and we're just going to have a meeting of the Deadbeat Club, because I got nothing better to do. That's not true. I got a lot of things to do. I just don't want to do them. Because I'm a freaking deadbeat. Yeah. So anyway, I took a bunch of photographs this morning of some jewelry that I made. I'm going to be getting that posted later on the other channel. But right now I'm taking a break. Good morning, Silver Tongue Stacker. How you doing? So anyway, I'm taking a break from the jewelry thing. And yesterday when I was logging off, I found a little box full of quarters that I hadn't looked at yet. And in there was a bunch of Sally Rides and a bunch of the Washington Cross and the Delawares. And I had set those aside because I needed to check for the one really known error on these, which would be found right up here if this one actually had the error. And what happened was on the boo-boo coins, this area between the 2 points of his hat has this big cud dye chip looking mess that filled in all the way up and went up and covered part of E pluribus unum, and they call it the crown. So what we're looking for on these 5 or 6 here is to see if any of them have the crown. Other than that, these quarters don't really have any value other than a quarter, as far as I can tell. So unless I see like a double die or something, they're going back in the bank jar. So we're going to sort through these handful, and then we're going to look at the Sally Rides for the George Washington error. And if someone can tell me what the error is, hang on a second, what the error is supposed to be on the drummer boy. Okay, I just found something here. Here's a clean one. Now, this doesn't have the crown, this one I just found, but it does have something going on right here. See that? Under the line of the hat. Now, let me show you a clean one. Not there. So this one's got a little error, but it's not the crown, it's below the crown, but it's very distinct right there. You can clearly see that that's not supposed to be there. So I'm glad I checked these. Let me find something to put this in now that I found something. Hey, we found something right out of the pack. That's pretty good. Oh, and I solved yesterday's mystery, which was I could not find the sticker pack that I gave away, and I couldn't figure out where it went. Well, I finally went back and watched the whole video, and it turns out the winner of the sticker pack was Dawn the metal detective, and I had already put it in her package with her other things. That's why I could not find it to mail. So Dawn's probably going to end up getting one of her own stickers back, because I think I forgot to take hers out and replace it with something else. So anyway, I did solve the mystery. All right. Thank you. I was trying to look it up, and then I got sidetracked, and I only have one of them, so I figured it wasn't that important, but I do need to know what it is for later, because I do get those. Okay, that's my clean sample. I'll keep that one up there. Ooh, that's an even better clean one. Yeah, there's supposed to be a lot of different things going on with this guy. Like, truthfully, I never really thought about these. I've been using them to do my laundry with. Well, what the heck? You got to wash your clothes sometimes. But then somebody reminded me the other night about the crown. So since I had a few of them sitting here, I thought I'd sort through them real quick. Well, we got 1 out of 7, I guess. So that was okay. And now I got all these 2022s over here. Let's see who we got. That's a Sally. That's a Maya. That's a Maya. That's a Sally. 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 A lot of Sallys. I got most of these at the car wash the other day. I'm almost betting that a whole roll of them went in there. Because I got a whole bunch out of there. Okay, there's 3 Mayas and a pile of Sallys. Okay, the big error on this coin is that the image from this side somehow did a bleed through sort of deal where it shows up over here. If I had one that had it on, you would see the outline of George Washington's face over here in this area, and you would see the outline of his ponytail over here. Now, of course, I don't have that on this coin. Botched spot at the bottom of the drum. Okay, thank you, Silver Tongue. That's helpful info. I never claimed to be an expert on coins. I'm just a hobby collector that really I got back into the hobby collecting because I got a metal detector and started finding coins. But yeah, I'm still going to keep these Sallys for now, even if they don't have the error, but I want to check them and put them in a tube. I'm going to keep 1 tube full of them. But yeah, I'm trying to come up with the money to fix my car and pay my car insurance. And I've already cut into that. I checked my bank balance this morning. I have $95 in the bank, but my car insurance is $112. So possible double die on the fire and QU in quarter. Okay. I've only got one of those sitting here, but as soon as I get done looking at Sally, we'll take a look and see what's on there, if anything. But now I know what I'm looking for. Like I said, I never really paid much attention to the bicentennial quarters. I don't know why. I guess because I got so into working on my state quarter books and my national parks. And there's so many mistakes in there to try to keep your eyes open for that I just didn't really focus on the bicentennials and any of the ones related to the drummer boys or any of that. Well, there wasn't anything in my Sally's. We'll put them in the tube. All right, lady, in you go. And then I got 3 Mayas. I don't know that anybody has found anything on the Maya coins yet. I'll have to check on that. Yeah, my car is getting so old, but it's gonna have to last for a little while longer because I can't afford to buy one right now. And I only use it to get around town with, to get to the grocery. We don't have any public transport here. We don't have any cabs or anything. There's only about 6,000 people here. We probably should have Uber or Lyft or something, but we don't. We had one guy that tried it for a while and he gave up because I don't know. He said there wasn't enough call for it, but I just don't think people knew we had it. So we do finally have somebody doing DoorDash, so you can at least get food delivered now. But Sally Ride. Okay. There is an error apparently on the Mayas. At least someone is claiming this to be an error. I can't tell from their picture. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Hey, try again. How are you? Welcome into the Deadbeat Club. We're just hanging out doing nothing, looking at some coinage. Yeah, there's one up on eBay that has like these 3 lines that go this way, right in here. But that almost looks like damage to me. I'd have to see another example where the same thing exists, because they're saying these things are die gouges, and it could be. I don't know. I'd have to find one like it to believe it. Okay, Washington quarter. Error coins discovered. Well, I can't really watch an eBay. Can't really watch a YouTube video while I'm doing one, so I'll have to probably come back to that again. But I don't see what they have on that one or that one. And then I got to turn it over because there's supposedly one on the other side or on that one. Now, over here, there's supposed to be one on George, but I don't know that I believe that it's what they're claiming. But those just look like gouges to me. So, Couch Collectibles made a video. Yeah, I found 2 or 3 videos. I just can't watch them right now, but I will go back and watch them later. Since I'm now starting to get quite a few of those coins out of the vending machines, I will be wanting to keep an eye on them. Okay, let's go over here and visit this drummer boy. See if he's pounded anything out of his drum that we need to know about. Let me see if I can find a picture of this die crack. Where are we at here? Botched spot on the bottom of the drum. I can't tell if that's botched or if that's supposed to be there. So let me go find a picture of a regular drummer boy, since I don't have another one to compare to. Oh, I love people on eBay. Extremely rare. You know, and everybody's finding it. So I don't know. Gotta make it sound good. Nah, that looks normal. Okay, here's one on Etsy. Where are they? I hate when people post pictures and they don't mark the error so that you can see what they are trying to tell you the error is. Okay, now what's the deal here? I can't really tell from that photo. That's up on somebody's Etsy page. I love when I just come on here and I'm like, that's why I have no format. So I can just freaking look at what I want to look at. I'm too undisciplined, I guess.
This is definitely going to be one of my favorite videos to cover because I get questions about this all the time. We're talking about the 1976 Washington quarter and what can...
Okay, so show me the quarter. I don't want to... Okay, here we go. I'm watching a video while I'm doing a video.
1976 D Washington quarter. Now, this is a regular quarter. You know, we find these in pocket change all the time. This is the business strike. The business strike 1976 quarter. All right, so there is something that can make that quarter valuable. But I'm going to show you the difference between that and another quarter here in just one second. But here is an example of what to look for on those 1976 quarters. Look on the front of the coin, the obverse of the coin, for doubling. You see the doubling here in the picture display. If you want to see your coins up close like this, get you a USB coin microscope. I have them available right now on couchcollectibles.com. Link is down in the comments as always, and you guys will be able to see this doubling because it can give your coin some value.
Now, but at least I know now. I can put him back in the box. More of a melt value kind of guy. Well, here's the thing, because I go through so many quarters doing the car wash quarter fill in the book thing, I have all these quarters that I might be able to make a few bucks off of on errors, and I'd be poor. So I'm so poor right now because my car breaking down that I'm checking for every kind of thing there is. You know, if I can sell a penny for $1, you know, that's a big profit on that penny. So And a lot of times it's just stuff I give away. But right now, I'm trying to take all these loose coins back to the bank, and I thought, well, I'll look for all this stuff, see if I can find anything I can trade in to fix my car. My brother gave me the money to order the new radiator, but it's still going to take 3 of those, possibly 4 of the big containers of coolant, and those run about 14-15 bucks a piece. And then I got to get the upper and lower hose, and that's going to be about another 40 bucks for those 2 hoses. And then I got to get some clamps, which is going to be another probably 6 bucks. So I'm still looking at, 80-90 bucks. And then I still haven't paid the young man who's fixing it. So, and I don't have enough money in the bank to do it. So I'm going through everything that I can, putting stuff in the jar that I can roll up and take back. I took 30 bucks back the other day, and my car broke down in the parking lot while I was doing it. So that was fun. So let me see, what else have I got here? Oh yeah, I've got these tubes of I don't know what. Those are 2022 pennies. Not searched for any kind of errors. Don't know what the errors would be. Current 1960s, not searched. Okay. What is this? 1960s, not searched. These are pennies. I just have all these tubes and boxes. Now, one thing I don't know diddly doodah really about is nickel errors. And I have this huge container here of nickels. So I'm just going to start looking them up one at a time. Oh, here's a thing with 2 quarters in it that has a note stuck in it. So let's see what this is. Oops. These are in a plastic Mylar flip. And the note says, check the tree. Okay. Let's check the tree on whatever this is. This is a pea mint, a Philly Dilly, River of No Return. So what are we going to be looking for on the River of No Return? Let's see what we got. Bird in the tree error. Die chip error. Large die chip on tree. So show me one with it marked so I know what I'm looking at. Oh, okay. This one has it marked. But that's not really on the tree. I don't know. Let's see if I can put this on screen. Share. Come on. All right, I'll pull this up here. Hey, Mike. All right, so according to this, oops, stay there. You can see they're pointing at this. area where the red arrows are as being where we would be looking for the boo-boos. So let's see if we got any the boo-boos. Like, oh, okay, now this is mine. I don't see any such things there. Let's go. Oops, I didn't want to remove that. Darn it. Let's go back over here. Okay, they've got a nice clear space in there and pointing to that. Let's go back to mine. I'm not seeing anything. I am not seeing anything. So apparently I was just supposed to be checking that quarter. And there's nothing on it. So let's see what this other one is that's in here. This is a something something. Okay. This is a Teddy Roosevelt with a big black blob right there. Let's get rid of that. Let's see what's supposed to be happening on Teddy. I see a couple of different things people are talking about on Teddy. One is a big glob of cud looking stuff on his hand. So let's look at his hand. I don't see it on mine. It would have been in this area. So I don't see anything. Ow! Stabbed myself with my pointer. I don't see anything there. And then there was another one over here by the horsey's mouth. Let me see what's happening on there. Get rid of that. So something on the horse's face. Let me see. Die chip error on horse's nose. Okay. I don't see anything that looks like that either. So I think Teddy's been cleared. Ooh, dang, I drew blood. That wasn't good. All right, Teddy, you're out of here. I freed that up. I just have all these things sitting around with little notes on them to check this and look at that. And here's another one that's got 2 quarters with a piece of paper wrapped around them. Let's see what this is all about. It's like opening Chinese fortune cookies or something. Okay, snow on roof. Oh, I know what these are. Yep. Let's see if we got some snow on the roof. By golly, we got a freaking storm up there. Woohoo! That one's legit. All of this is not supposed to be here. Look at that big old chunk right there. That's definitely. All right, I'll be here. I'm just piddling and goofing. Let's see if we got a leaky bucket while we're at it. No, no leaky bucket. But we do definitely have the snow on the roof. So glad to be back on land. Spent the weekend out on the Pacific fishing. I still feel like I'm on the water. Oh, was it a little rough out there, Mike, or were you just tired of being on the water? I know that feeling. My dad was an avid fisherman. And sometimes we had to go whether we wanted to or not. And sometimes I just really didn't want to be out there, you know. All right, I need to find a little thingy. A little thingy. Oh, where's the one I just emptied? Yeah, that one definitely has the snow on the roof. I'll have to check that out. Let's see what the other one. But that one was definite. All right. This one, not so much. I mean, it's there, but not like the other one. This one you can see just a little outline of it along here and a couple of little tiny spots. The other one, blizzard. Oh, and then I learned another one that I didn't know about. Came home 100 pounds of fish. Wow. Impressive. Yeah, there's another error on these coins that I did not know about, and that's that some of them have double lines on the windows. I didn't know about that one. I saw that a couple of days ago. So let me go back and look at the one that's got all the snow. It's got a ton. But the window's good. All right. But that's definitely a keeper there. All right, so those two are what the piece of paper says they are. So I will have to do a little more research on those, see if they have any value whatsoever. What's this one? This is a penny. Ooh, whatever it is shiny. Ooh. This is a snazzy one here. Look at this 58D. I don't know if it's been cleaned or if it's just that beauty miss. That is a pretty nice looking penny. It's got a few spots on it, but hey, it's a 1958. Halibut, cod, rockfish, and salmon. Oh, yeah. Need some salmon any day. I like me some salmon. I'm wondering about this 58. What I'm wondering about is it looks really, really clean, but then it's got these little, they don't really look like milk spots. Milk spots look different than that. I don't know what to think about this one. But I can see why I set it aside. I'm also looking at the G and the O up here. I have turned it a couple of different directions. Okay, now when I turned it that way, the doubling kind of disappears. So that's just shadow, I guess. But man, that thing's looking pretty uncirculated. I have no idea where I got this penny. It is in a Mylar that doesn't say anything. So I'll put that up there with my snow on the roof quarters. Yeah, see, I found this little jar had some things in Mylar in them with notes stuck on them. And I can't read this note because it was written in pencil. Maybe I can read the note if I put the note under the scope. Cud back brim. Okay. If you say so. Let's see what it is. Oh, it's Teddy again. His hand looks a little funky, and that's where they were claiming, but this says something about the brim. Maybe they're talking about this little blop on the brim of his hat. I don't think there's anything on his hand. The fringe looks a little funky on his jacket. Horse's face looks okay. Going around the brim edge of the coin, I don't see anything. Die chip, whoops, fringe, yeah. Well, I'm not seeing anything on the horse's nose. Hey, marked Money Tech. Die chip by his gun. Whoops. But do you actually see any of those on this particular coin? Now, the fringe does look a little odd to me right there. But I wish I had a better scope. Mine is on its last leg here. Just a chip at his. Hi, Louie! Hi, Louie! That's what I'm doing right now, is trying to check. I'm checking all these quarters before I throw them in the change drawer and take them back to the bank. I don't want to take them back. But yeah, the only thing I'm really seeing is the fringe. I'm not 100% sure on. There is a little blob up here on the brim of his hat, and that's what the note that was in the Mylar flip said was at the brim. So I'm guessing that's. Oh, thank you. This is just my scope works better when I run it through StreamYard. For some reason, the software that came with it doesn't give me quite as good an image as this big screen of the StreamYard. So in order to keep a record of what I'm doing, I'll just go on and live stream while I'm going through my coins, because I'm the first to admit I don't know a whole lot, and I rely on other people sometimes, second set of eyes, especially since I have recently lost vision, half the vision in one of my eyes. So now I kind of rely on everybody else to help me out a little bit. And we just kind of hang out, and like I found this little mason jar with all these Mylars in it. Some of the coins are labeled as to what I was supposed to be looking for on them, and some are not. Like this one, I just found this Weir Farm. Let me look real quick. It's a D, so it wasn't saved for being a W. So I got to figure out why I'm looking at a Weir Farm. Or as I used to call them, the Weird Farm. Oops. Yeah, I'm seeing some folks here that came over from AAP Variety Channel. Came and buzzed their little bees in here in the last couple days. Thank you all for joining me. I'm just a crazy old lady playing with her quarters and her metal detector. That's what we do when we don't have anything better to do with our time. Okay. Okay, maybe looking for double die. Doubling, yeah. I'm not seeing anything that looks doubled. Yeah, I used to live in Michigan. I've been trying to get back to Michigan for the last 2 years. I stopped here in Virginia to and nothing keeps me out of trouble, marked money. I stopped here in Virginia to drop off some family items to relatives and got sick. And I'm just now getting well enough to think about moving. Only now the money that I had put away for the move is not enough to pay for the move. And everything, all the housing, I got bumped all the way back to the back end of the housing list, the waiting list. So I'm having to reevaluate how this is going to work, but I need to get up there for health reasons. University of Michigan does a lot with autoimmune disorders, and I have 11 of them, including one newly diagnosed that is very rare, and U of M is one of only 3 places really even researching it, because it's one of those diseases that pharmaceutical companies don't want to mess with it because there's not enough money in it. There's not enough of us that have it, so they can't really make a bunch of money off of us. So they just don't want to put the time and effort into researching it. So I guess I'm going to have to go where the research is. And I love Michigan, so that's not the issue. I just can't find a place I can afford. Yeah, well, this new one that I have now, they say can manifest itself in 8 different organs and start shutting them down. Let's see who it is. Oh, it is somebody in Florida trying to sell me a new warranty on my car that has 245,000 miles on it. Yeah, baby. Woohoo. Yeah, anyway, this new one that I have, it's called IgG4, and it can get into multiple organs. Right now, the only one we know for sure that I have it in is the orbit or the eye socket of my right eye, and it's in my brain behind what they call the orbit or the eye socket. So the next move is to get what's called a PET scan, where they will scan your entire body for abnormal hot spots, and then they can go in and ascertain if this is in any of my other organs, or is it just limited to my eye. But this has been an ongoing thing for a couple years, trying to figure out what went wackadoodle in my eye. And I had to have a brain biopsy about 6 weeks ago, and then they sent that off, ironically, to the University of Michigan, and I live in Virginia. So at least part of me got back to Michigan. Okay, what are we looking for on the Great Smoky Mountain here? Let's see what our error is supposed to be. So anyway, every time I start getting a little ahead so I can work on that move, it's like 1 step forward and 2 steps back. I'm doing the cha-cha over here. And the radiator went out in the car the other day at the bank. So where's the error? Show me the error. I wish people would mark the errors. Lamination error. Okay. I don't really understand lamination errors, I'll be honest. I kind of do. I can look at them and say that looks funky, doesn't look right. I don't know what this would be on my coin. I'm not sure what I'm looking for here. That's why I don't do this during regular live streams, because my live stream would be 143 hours long while I was examining 1 quarter. I just sit down and do it for a little while to take a break from doing something else. Like today, I was photographing jewelry that I make that I was going to sell on another channel, but I just need to take a break from that. So I thought, well, let me look at these quarters. Die chip on the mountain. Okay, let's see what this says. Oh, that's not it. That's Washington State. Wrong state, wrong series. Well, I don't know. Whatever it is, I'm not seeing it. All right. All right, well, I have no idea why this quarter has been sitting here in a Mylar. So that one can go back. Well, at least I'll have some empty Mylars. Let's see what this one says. This one's in a plastic bag with a pink note in it in my handwriting. See, some of these are in other people's handwriting, so I don't even know who. I don't know where I got it. It's probably something I won on someone's channel or something. Okay, this one I'm supposed to be looking at the top of the hat. I'm guessing I need to find one that is in decent condition, because it might be that. I'm not sure. All it says is top of hat, or it could be this little tiny thing up here on top of the gun that's over the hat. Well, let's look up George Rogers Clark quarters. At least I type fast. Yep. Let me see. Okay, I look at mine. I don't see that on mine. Let's go look at a different one. Okay. I think I have zoned in that it is apparently just a little up here on top of the gun, right above the hat, because there is one on eBay for $4.90 listing that as a die chip. Now there's supposed to be another thing on here, which is on the face. Come on. eBay's locking me up. Yeah, they're saying that the face on this guy is doubled on this one, but I don't think it is. I think that's just a shadow. Benji! Hi, honey. How are you? So, but that one does have the little die chip up there at the top, so that's legit as far as it goes. So I'm going to put it back in with its note. And then I've got this other envelope here. It's not my writing. I have no idea. I don't know what that is. I don't know what the deal with that one is. Look at that one again. Okay. Now I got a penny. I don't know what this is. D over, oh, mint mark thing. Like I said, this is not in my handwriting, so I don't know where it came from. But there's a note in it that says D over D with a question mark. So apparently it's a mint mark question. I don't know that that's a D over D. Trick somebody taught me. Think archaeology Mikey maybe, about turning the coins under the scope. I'm doing okay today, Benji. I'm having a problem. I got a new issue. I always have new issues. Because of all the steroids they've got me on for this thing in my eye, I'm having blood sugar issues, and now I'm getting neuropathy in my feet, which is really a strange feeling. I've always heard about people with diabetes and blood sugar issues having problems with their feet. Now I understand. Oh my gosh. My feet last night felt like they were frozen to the point where I got up and got the heating pad and put it in the bed and had my feet wrapped up in it. Anybody have an opinion on this D mint mark on this 56D penny? Granted, it does look a little odd, but the note on the bag says D over D with a question mark. Now, I don't know that this is actually a D over D, but that's what the note attached says. I'm just trying to go through all these things, figure out what goes back to the bank, what goes where. I got all kinds of coins just flying around. There's 5 more quarters to go in the jar. I might make a run down to the Coke machine later. Some of you have never seen me pull that little stunt where I take my quarters down to the soda machine in our laundry room, and I'll put 4 quarters in and then hit the change return and get 4 different quarters back. So I have more quarters to search. I have a whole roll of 56 Ds here that are, I don't know what they are. I know where they came from, though. These came from Handy Andy 73.6 a couple years ago. I've never opened them. I'm guessing they need to be searched. And then I have a roll of 2017 Ps. I'm going to do a whole video on that coin. And what we got in here? Glassine envelope with nothing in it. Oh. Back when I was dumb and didn't realize my life was going to change so much, I gave away a lot of stuff, including a couple of 1909 VDBs, which I just found the tag for one of them. Kind of wish I hadn't given that away. Yeah, well, mine first, they got really, really cold, and then my feet got all cramped up. But when my feet get cold, my whole body gets cold, and then I can't warm back up. So I was having a terrible time with it last night. They had given me some medication to regulate my blood sugar, but it was making me sick to my stomach. So I had to quit taking it. And so now I've been off of it a few days and this started. So I guess they're going to have to find me something else to take until they can get me off these steroids, because it's the steroids that are causing the blood sugar issue. I'm not a diabetic in the true sense of the word, but I am having some sugar issues because of the steroid intake. So it's always something. Yeah, I'm just still trying to get back up to Michigan where I can try to get some of this stuff under control. Hey, 710, it's happening. Yeah, same thing with me, Marked Money. Anybody that has a lot of autoimmune disorders is going to be going through this. And yeah, well, I was, Benji, but there's just something. I think it's because I'm on so many other medications, and this one doesn't agree with one of the other ones that I can't stop taking. So yeah, it's a constant juggling match. So no opinions on this mint mark. All right, Marked Money, thank you so much for coming in. Set your notifications and you can just pop in any old time. I kind of have temporarily parked doing my shows right now. I'm probably going to pick the coin one back up on Mondays and just skip the metal detecting one for now. But the coin one is still viable. But yeah, I don't know what's going on exactly, Sir Benji. It's a new thing. Always something. Well, I'm gonna put this back in its envelope for now. Leave that note on it, but I got rid of several of them that we were able to. So I've just got a couple over there now. Let's see what this last one is. It's a quarter in a plastic with a note. And that's not my handwriting. Root on left. Something mark. All right. Okay, this is Salt River. Root on left. Huh. Don't really know what I'm looking at here. These are all these little mylar things that I have found with coins in them that have notes that I'm supposed to. I don't know if somebody looked at them and decided that they have this, or I was just supposed to look for that. So, got these annoying little fruit flies showing up now that the weather's warm. And there's one in my living room driving me nuts. Salt River Bay. See what we get. Some of the things I found really did have the things that were written on the notes. So that was good. Now I'll have to find out if they have any value to them or other than just the collectible value. Nothing there. But I'm cleaning up my... Yeah, Benji, I'm getting ready to post a bunch of jewelry for sale over on the other channel. I was taking pictures this morning, and now I got to go in and post a whole bunch of them. Oh, there's supposed to be all kinds of things, but not where the note on mine says. So I don't know what exactly I'm looking at here. Yeah, I still need to come up with another $100 to work on my car with. So. And I've pretty much already sold off most of the chunks of my collection that I wanted to sell. I don't really want to sell any of it, but I'm probably going to have to. Let's see. But before I do, I'm going to try some other things. Doubling in the roots. Hey, bag lady, how are you? Yeah, let me get my other channel. I don't think I have any mods in here today because this isn't a regularly scheduled thing. This is just my Deadbeat club. But it'll be in my Oh Susie Q Jewelry and Decor channel. And it's not going to be an auction. It's just going to be buy it nows. I don't do well with auctions. I get confused, and so buy it now is just an easier way for me to. Let me get my other channel link for you. I should have had it, but I thought we had it in the... What's going on with Handy Andy? Bag lady. Yeah, what's going on with Andy? I was wondering he wasn't on last night, for one thing. But yeah, what's going on with Andy? He was my very first mod. I don't know if you know that. But I really wouldn't have a channel if it weren't for Andy. The microscope that you guys are looking at all my coins through came from Andy. The first things I had to give away all came from Andy. He's like my brother. I love my Andy. I have... Oh, I'm going to have to call him. Yeah, I'm going to have to call him. Yeah, I did a video not too long ago. The last time they did that to him, I did a video about bullying and stuff. Well, thanks for letting me know. I'll be getting in touch with him a little bit later on when I get done here. I'm still trying to find my way to my own dang channel. That's pretty bad. I'm sorry. I have mods because I can't keep up with all this junk. Switch account. Okay. Let's see if I can. Yeah, I wondered something because he just posted like a couple of shorts about copper pennies, and it didn't make any sense. And they were kind of ragging on, some people were ragging on me about the fact that I was asking for $2.96 Patreon donations, and then somebody got mad because I was over on Andy's channel and got 4 rolls, donated for 4 rolls. Well, the money for those 4 rolls came from my Patreon account, and the items that came from the Broken Hearts bucket I give away on my channel. So no, I was not getting donations and spending the money on myself at Andy's. That was just somebody's BS that didn't quite understand how things were working. What I was doing was taking one donation that somebody gives me for $20 a month, investing it in Andy's channel, and then giving those items away on my channel. I will do that, Mike. Yeah, this is like the 2nd or 3rd time in about 6 months. And Andy he's kind of like me in that he's a pretty sensitive soul. And when people attack him for things that he is not guilty of, he takes it very personally, like I do. And I guess I wasn't there, or I'd have been all over him like, yeah, anyway. Well, I did the same thing Monday. I have since taken that one down, but I just absolutely lost it on my Monday night stream and told everybody, I'm just taking it all down. I'm done. Boom. I had just had it. You know, and then a lot of very nice people have come and offered me support. But I've got this one group of people, and they are not from the coin community. They're from the metal detecting community, who I just feel are being very two-faced towards me and some other people. They're all monetized channels, and they're ragging on those of us who are not monetized because we ask for Patreon or PayPal donations. And oh, that's ridiculous, bag lady. Absolutely freaking ridiculous. Andy would never do that. And I am proof that that's not true, because the first 2 times that I made a donation, I got nothing back but wheat pennies, and it became a joke. And you can go back and watch some of them, and you'll see Andy going, oh yeah, Susie likes the S pennies, because all I was getting on my return was pennies. And he felt bad because all I was getting was pennies, and I said, no, that's okay, Andy, I like S pennies. That's what's missing in my collection, so I'd have a problem with it. Well, the last one I got, anyway, a couple of weeks ago, I got a really, really good draw out of the bucket. I was supposed to have 16 pulls. I ended up with 21 pulls, and some of those had more than one coin in them. I got several pieces of silver. For them to say that he would do anything like that, I want to know who said that, because if they're on my channel, they're not going to be on my channel very damn long. I can tell you that right now. Why people think it's okay to bully somebody who's giving you something for free? Are you kidding me? See, they do that to me all the time. Hey, Mikey. Oh, I am furious now. Thank you for letting me know, Bag Lady, because somebody is definitely on my shit list. And after I threw my little fit Monday, see, we only have one shop where I live. I live in a real small town, and the guy's a crook, so I won't go there. So I kind of try to get things for my channel by way of other channels that I know I can trust. And I know without a doubt I can trust Andy. Just like I know I can trust Michael Kittle. I know I can trust Rick G. There are just certain people I know I can trust. Oh, how dare them. Oh, I'm so mad. Okay, let's see what's in this. Why would I have a 1964 nickel in a capsule? I don't really know a lot about nickels, and that's one of the things that I'm going to have to learn because I have a whole box of them here that need to be gone through. Oh, I'm so mad right now. Yeah, well, I got mad the other day, and I got mad for a couple of reasons, and the main one was because I've been announcing for a month that I was going to change the time on my metal detecting show for the summer. And the reason for that, okay, thank you, Benji. The reason I'm doing that is because it's like 100 degrees here. I live in the South. And for me to be able to go metal detecting, I kind of have to go in the early morning or the early evening. Well, my show was at 6 o'clock at night. And that's about the time I need to get out and detect if I'm going to. So I had been announcing for a month that I was going to move the metal detecting show to the middle of the day at 1 o'clock Eastern. And I pretty much didn't have an audience left on that show anyway. So I didn't figure it's going to matter. Only 4 or 5 people actually come in and watch it. The rest of them watch it later. They don't actually come in the live stream anyway. Well, on top of that, people throwing a fit about that. One of my friends in Michigan had died, and I didn't find out until like a couple hours before my show. And right before my show, my doctor was here because my doctor makes house calls. And I found out that I have some more health issues going on. And I started out the show by telling everybody, hey, I'm not feeling very good. I'm not in a good mood. This is probably not a good time to, mess with me, etc. And people were saying, well, you're probably going to lose your viewers if you change to that time. And, well, what, you think people don't have to work and just, all these things. And frankly, I'd had enough. Ever since last week when I got some bad medical stuff, I just have been on overload. And then to add insult to injury, I got accused of mismanaging my Patreon funds. Excuse me? How is taking $20, which that $20 all comes from one sponsor, by the way, and that lady has been a sponsor of my channel since day one. I take her $20. I go over to Andy's. I get 4 rolls for $20, which helps Andy because he is also not monetized. You got to bear in mind, we're not monetized channels. So that helps Andy do what he does. And then I get my bucket pulls, whether I find anything in my rolls or not. I take the items from the bucket pulls, and other than once in a while, if I win something really nice that I don't have in my collection, I put those in my giveaways and they're right back into the channel. So please explain to me how that is a misuse of the donations. First of all, those donations are minimal. I get from all my sponsors less than $30 a month. And I'm just sick of people trying to micromanage things that they don't even know what's going on in the background. I had people accuse me of kissing away the money that was delegated for me to move to Michigan, and that's not true either. That money is still sitting right where it was, and I have added to it, trying to get the hell out of Virginia. Why would I spend that money when my number one goal in life is get back to Michigan? I am so sick of people who have nothing better to do with their time picking on people in the coin community or the detecting community or any community on YouTube. I don't see these people doing anything freaking productive. You know, I was absolutely in tears Monday night. So I know where Andy's coming from. The very first live stream I ever did, I got invaded by trolls. Not once, not twice, 3 times. They turned me in saying that I was broadcasting nudity, that I was advocating terrorism, just whatever they could make up to shut my stream down. And it was Andy who came back and said, don't let them get to you. And yeah, I'm very upset. And Mike the Greek, if you are still in here, I will definitely see if I can find out if the bag lady would email me privately and let me know who did this, because I was apparently had already yeah, I must have already left the stream when that happened. But there's some folks that have been trying to help with cutting down on some of this bullying and hate and crap that I'm in contact with Bag Lady, and I'd like to be able to put them on the right trail and see if we can't put a stop to some of this crap. I absolutely hate it. And I shouldn't have allowed it to get to me the other day. But one thing that really upsets me is I'm, Andy's another one has a lot of health issues. And I know what he's going through because I have a lot of health issues right now. I mean, 6 weeks ago, I had a brain biopsy. And I have tissue growing in my eye socket and behind my eye socket. I was in there and I left because my meds were kind of making me sick. Last 10 minutes of his stream. Yeah. Yeah. See, I was in there, but then I left early. So that's why I said I must have already been gone because I wasn't feeling very well. And I said, well, I'm going to go. I didn't have any rolls coming up or anything. So I just said, well, yeah, I'm going to bed. My meds are messing with me because I have tissue growing in my eye socket and behind my eye socket in my brain. It's an inflammatory tissue. And it was getting a little out of control. My eye didn't want to focus. So I had just said, well, hey, I'm gonna go. And so I was in the stream that night, but not in the stream when that happened. So that's where that's at. But yeah, I'll be getting a hold of him here pretty soon. Okay, I don't know what this. Oh, this is a weird coin I have in an envelope here. This is a penny that we're thinking it's just a weak strike. But look at the the second one in 1991. It's like pretty much almost gone there. Hey, Sheena, how are you? Email, tried to call. Using like, I don't have to give anything for you watching, but I do. Yeah, well, that's my attitude about it too. I've given away thousands of dollars worth of stuff. And that was something that I commented on in the Deadbeat Club yesterday was, deadbeats that come over. They don't mind coming over when I have the big Christmas thing and winning a bunch of prizes. And then the one thing that I asked people to do so I could try to get monetized was if you win one of these, please do a little shout out. That'll, number one, help me build my channel, and number two, it'll let me know you got your package. Well, out of over $300 worth of postage I spent mailing this stuff out, one person sent me a thank you to let me know they got their thing, and to my knowledge, nobody did a mail call or anything saying, hey, Suze, thanks. You sent me a couple $100 worth of stuff. And then I don't see those people back in my channel again until next Christmas. And then all of a sudden, oh, hi, Suze, how you doing? And yeah. We don't have to give stuff away, especially the channels that are not monetized. That shit comes out of our pockets. It's something that really bothers me. I see lots of people donating on channels that are monetized. They have no problem sending a $20 super sticker or a super chat or whatever. But I ask people to subscribe to my Patreon for $2.96 a month. That's a freaking cup of coffee. And give away a monthly prize to my Patreon sponsors. I have 4. Yeah. I can't get $2.96. And yet I can't get them to donate that, but they'll put $20 in a channel that's already getting paid by YouTube. I don't understand that. I'm the person that wants to support the guy that doesn't have monetization, not the guy that's getting a check from eBay every month, with one exception. Everybody knows I am like a Robert Ferguson junkie. I don't know if anybody knows Robert. He's a metal detectorist out in California, old beach bum. Lives on less than nothing in an old camper trailer in his mom's backyard. And I will donate to his channel, but you know, not very often. I think it's like a 99-cent donation or something. It's like, hey, Robert, feed your parking meter, you know, or something like that. But yeah, I don't appreciate people bullying, especially somebody like Andy, who has just done so much for the coin community. I just want to slap somebody. Yeah, I'll do what I can here shortly. I've got his number somewhere, and maybe he'll call me back. I don't know. But we will certainly give that a go. Oh, I got these things that actually do have value, so let me put them in the box. Oh, there's some stuff there. I haven't even addressed the July giveaway yet because I threw a tantrum the other night. I let people get to me just like Andy let them get to him. And I shouldn't have, but I did. I apologized to the people that I yelled at, but I really don't like. I am so frugal with money. I really am. I am a tightwad when it comes to money. I have to be because I'm on social insecurity. And I really don't like it when people accuse me or anyone without showing me some proof that money is being misappropriated. And anybody who wants to say anything is being misappropriated by Handy Andy I hope they don't live near me, because they'll find out a 70-year-old lady can still give out a butt whooping when it's needed. I'm just, like I said, it wasn't too long ago that I did a video about people bullying Andy. I won't have it. And Andy and I have had our differences in the past, but we still remained civil until we worked them out. Yeah, sometimes. Well, if I had been in there, I'd have been timing their happy butts out. I would have been worse than timing them out. I'd have blocked their butts. You don't go in unless you've got some kind of proof, viable proof. And in this case, it would have to be a picture of him taping the good prizes to the bottom. That would be the only way you could prove it to me. And then I still probably wouldn't believe it. Okay, I know what's wrong with this dime. You can probably see what's wrong with this one. This one's just an off-center deal where, look down here, there's no rim at all. Look up there, big fat one. And it's also got a little bit of the circle of doom from the rolling machine. This poor Rosie's got all kinds of issues here. But at least I know what the deal with that coin is. I found some I can take back to the bank. And I'm trying to come up with the rest of the money for my car repair. My brother paid for the radiator itself, but it's still going to cost me for the hoses, the 4 containers of coolant, and the young man who's going to fix the car. And that's why I'm going to be selling some jewelry on my other channel. Yeah, I get crap all the time from people about asking for donations. Well, that's the only way I can keep my channel going, you know. I'd like to see those people living on $800 a month. And that's, you know, you got to pay electric bill, you got to pay phone bill, you got to pay internet, you got to pay car insurance, you got to pay gasoline, you got to pay food, you got to pay medicine. Yeah. There's just a lot of stuff. Oh, I've gotten wonderful things from Andy. Don't know what's going on with my... What's going on? I think I probably need new batteries in my mouse again. Yeah, I don't get people like that. I was a mod in a channel once. I kid you not. This really happened. I was in the middle of, they were in the middle of an auction, and another mod and I were both bidding on the same item. And that mod timed me out in the middle of the auction. So they could win. And the guy who ran the channel let them get away with it. And yeah, y'all have to excuse all these blank posts. My space bar just got stuck. Anyway, there's the link to my jewelry channel. And in the next day or two, I will be getting some buy it now jewelry up there. Hopefully there'll be something in there that y'all can buy to help me pay the rest of this for my car, because yeah, there's a couple channels I used to be a mod in that I resigned from for things like that. Now, like I said, I don't know who did this to Andy, because I have not had the opportunity to go things like that. Now, like I said, haven't had the opportunity to look at it yet, but I will shortly. I'm going to have to get off here to do that. And I'm actually having some pain right now. This weird inflammatory thing that I've got going on sometimes settles in my jaw. And because of the eye socket location. And it's doing that right now. Well, I don't mind that, Louie. What I do mind, though, is when someone's rigging the auction by timing people that are bidding out. And then there was another instance in the same channel where I was in a bidding war with someone. And I knew at what point I was going to have to stop. And there were some people in that channel at that time that knew why I wanted that particular item. It was a World War II related item that had relevance to my father's service. And so I was winning the auction, and then all of a sudden this guy starts sniping. And people were going, I have no control over what other people were saying in there, but a couple of people were saying, "Oh, boo, stop bidding against her, let her get it." And the guy that was running the channel sent me anyway, the other guy won the auction, because at some point I just had to drop. I couldn't go any further. And somebody said, "Boo, hiss." Wasn't me, and I didn't tell them to. I have no control over other people's opinions. So a couple of days later, I got an email from the guy accusing me of trying to rig his auction. Ironically, after one of his mods had timed me out on an earlier item. And I was a mod in there, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm done with you. Well, then the guy wrote to him and said, "Well, send her the item." And I said, "No, I don't want him paying for anything that I got." So I ended up paying for the item, and I got the item. And the item now makes me so unhappy that I don't even look at it. But it was so disrespectful. I had been a mod in that channel for a long time. The guy's still on. I don't know what he does over there, but he's still got the same gang of bullies. And I do see some of them in Andy's channel sometimes. I'm hoping it wasn't one of them, because if it was, all hell is going to break loose. Because I'm at the point now, I have given up on trying to monetize. I've given up on trying to run a regular show. I just am going to come on when I feel like it. I'm going to say what I want to say. I'm not going to walk on eggshells anymore. And if people want to donate to my channel, they can. If they don't want to donate to my channel, they don't have to. But the ones that are bad-mouthing me for asking for donations can kiss my 70-year-old butt. When they get 70 and they're trying to live on next to nothing and something bad happens in their life, I hope they don't expect a donation from me. And that's all I got to say about that, as Forrest Gump would say. All right, let me see. What else do I have sitting here that I can get rid of before I go try to resolve an Andy situation? Oh, I just want to slap people. Oh, they make me so mad. Now I'm crying. Okay, I just found another little Mylar with 2 quarters in it. No note, no nothing. Yeah, this is what I got in trouble for. I'm gonna put this in. This is a command that I had pinned at the top of my stream one night. Yeah, the D is weird, but I don't think it's a double strike. There's just something wrong with it. I set that one back with the note on it. Okay, this Nightbot post is what I got called out on the other night. I had that one, and then the Nightbot puts it up automatically on like 45-minute intervals or something. I wasn't typing it in or anything. Okay, and this is the other one. And I had this one up when we were doing the Jumpin' June gift away because I was having a special drawing for Patreon sponsors. And if we got 20 of them, I was going to give away a walker. Well, we didn't get 20 of them, but I still gave away a prize package. It just did not include the walker. So I want you to look at the amount I was asking for here, $2.96, which by the time Patreon takes theirs, I get about $2. Now, that's not even a cup of coffee at Starbucks or a beer down at your local bar. And because I dared to ask for $2.96, somebody made a to-do about the fact that I was asking for donations for my channel and giving money to another one. Failing to realize, because they don't come to my channel often enough to know, that the items that I was getting from Andy's bucket were going right back into a little bin that I have here that has, I'm going to show you. Now, not everything in here is coming from Andy, but a lot of it is. This one, oh, heaven forbid, I paid $1 for this on an auction on spray can coins so that I could give it away. I spent a whopping total of $2 in his auction because I also got an Indian head penny that people were sleeping, and I was able to pick up this really nice Indian head for $1. But I'm going to say half of what's in here are bucket pulls from Handy Andy. So what I did was I took the $20 from one Patreon sponsor and I invested it in getting bucket pulls from Andy. So 2 channels got support from that one $20 donation. But the person that was making the accusation was so intent, I guess, on making me sound bad. I don't know. But people have no idea how hard it is to do these channels and what it costs to do them. Okay, I have no idea what's going on with this one. What is the error on a Crater Lake? Yeah, I'm not happy to hear that somebody's shaking a finger at Andy. I don't like that at all. I don't like it when they do it to me, so why would I like it when they do it to him? He's like my brother. No, I'm PO'd. Die chip errors. Where's the Crater Lake? Any errors on? No known errors on the Crater Lake coin. That's what it says. Alrighty, then I have no idea why that one would be set aside. Yeah, Starbucks is $7, and then you have to put your own stuff in. Yeah, So I'm asking for $2.96, right? And 2 people. I have close to 850 people in my channel. 2 people donated $2.96 for a chance to win a prize package that was more than $2.96. Oh, I don't understand. Benji says, I had my first hater a couple weeks ago. I was taking donations at $2 a roll with no gift for the low donation. Started to give you a gift. Are you kidding me? See, that's what I mean. $2. You know, I'm asking $2.96. You know, and by the time it gets to me, it's $2. Are you freaking kidding me? If I'd have been in there, I'd have sent you $2. Yeah. And like I said, what bothers me, I think why it bothers me is because I was almost there, you know. Hey, Rob. And then I got sick, and YouTube basically said, oh, let's pick on this old biddy while she's sick and take all her shit away from her. And boy, did they. They took over 250 members from me over I'm going to say about a month. And then my view time, which was almost to 4,000, dropped all the way back to like 1,800. And the other night I just said, you know what, to hell with all of it. Yeah. It's not worth getting bullied over. It's not worth getting insulted over. You know, I just do this because I want to do it, you know. But yeah, people got all pissy when I quit doing giveaways on every time I came on. And I just said, hey, look, I can't afford the postage. It's just the deal, you know. I can't afford the postage. So if you want giveaways on every show, give up that cup of coffee. But yeah, Rob, Benji, that's pretty bad. Somebody is getting a roll searched for $2 and they're bitching because they didn't get a free gift if there wasn't anything in the roll. Are you kidding me? Ay, 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 ay. Benji, are you monetized? I'm just curious. You know, it doesn't matter to me one way or another because you've been with me since day one. But I'm just curious if you are, because I know that is like the ultimate ridiculousness there. Oh, holy crap. It's what I hate the word entitled, but there's an awful lot of people out there that think they are entitled to something for basically nothing. And I don't get it. You know, I've had people say they think I feel like I'm entitled because I ask for that $2.96 donation, which, like I said, by the time Patreon takes their off the top, it's a $2 a month donation. And yeah, you're not entitled. If a channel wants to give you something or can afford to give you something, then that's great. But I'm just sitting here shaking my head going, I cannot believe anybody would say any such horrible thing about Andy. Exactly, Louie. You know, if you watch Larry, and for those that don't know who Larry is, it's Mobile Coin. He's got a lot of health issues too. A lot of the people with the smaller channels have some pretty severe health issues and do these channels to keep occupied. If you're busy working on the channel, you're not so busy concentrating on pain or problems. The last thing you need is some butt wipe to come in and accuse you of misappropriating your funds. They're your funds. Or rigging your contests. Yeah, and oh man, I'm sorry I left that stream early because I am a mod in that channel, and I swear to God, had I been in there, that would not have been happening. Yeah, you got more than I do now, Benji, and I remember when you were a newbie. I remember when you were a newbie on my channel. And I was close to that. But yeah, because I spent a year too sick to be able to really do anything. And in hindsight, I should have got somebody to help me throw some videos up there so that I didn't lose what I lost. But truth be told, I haven't been getting a whole lot of support from some of the people that I helped get going, and that hurts my feelings. Now, when I go in Rob's channel, he always gives me a shout out in there, you know. But there's some others that, you know, Benji gives me, you know. But there's a lot of them that don't. Yeah, Mike, if you go over to his channel, go to his last live stream, which I think was that Monday or Tuesday, Bag Lady? Anyway, I guess it happens in the last 10 minutes. Yeah, I think it's the 4th of July stream. Monday. Yeah, that's what I thought, because my show normally was on Mondays from 6 to 7:30, and then I would go and eat and take my meds and do all that stuff, and then because Andy is in mountain time, I would have time to get myself together and go over there and then, you know, be a mod on his channel and participate over there. So I was pretty sure it was Monday. Yeah, 4th of July. But like I said, I left early because my meds were, well, see, that's kind of what I got called out on, Louie. Somebody had a fundraiser for me, but it was like almost 2 years ago. The money is still sitting in an account. I can't touch it until I get ready to move to Michigan. The account has a second signer on it that has to sign off. So this $20 that I got called out on is actually a Patreon donation to put back into my channel, and that's what I was doing with it. But you know, somebody, if they wanted to say something about me putting that $20 in there, they should have said something to me and said, hey, you're asking for people to donate money to your channel, but you're spending $20. I don't understand that. And then I could have explained to them, hey, that $20 came from a Patreon sponsor, and the items I get back from that channel go into my giveaway pot. So that's what that $20 is. That $20 is being spent on the channel. Yes, Rob, I did. Thank you. And I even asked you the last time I was in the stream, could you tell me who paid for that? Because I wanted to thank them. Yes, I absolutely did get my Monardo sticker. And that's one of Rob's ways of raising money, by the way. I can't afford to get any more stickers right now. Yeah, I have a lot of people say, well, you should be giving out stickers. Well, I can't because I'm out of stickers. And I can't afford to get any more done right now. So that's not one of my, it's not a viable option for me right now. Stickers are expensive. But here's what Rob's talking about. Let me change cameras for a second. I will give a shameless plug to Rob down there in Florida. Rob has these little stickers. They're a limited edition. I got number 8 of 50. And he offers those on his stream as a way to make money. And I have no problem with that. If, like I said, if I had the ability to do that, I'd be doing it. But I don't. So instead, I was getting items out of the box of broken hearts over there at Handy Andy's, supporting his channel because he's not monetized. And oh, I love Andy's handmade things. I've sent a couple back. I keep, like, I kept a Jack Joe the cat one, and I give them away to other people because this is really cool. Let me go back to my camera, show you what Andy does now. I used to make my own little prize envelopes back when I first started out of wallpaper samples. I think I still have some now. See, these are what Handy Andy does. These are made out of recycled mailers. And he does all his own artwork on them. But this is one of my favorites, Jack the Cat. Oh, I said Jack the Cat, and here comes M3, because he loves Jack the Cat. Jack sends him yip yip catnip. Yeah. Jack sent you some nip? Yes, he did. But his are all handmade. And then this is something I used to do. I still have a few of them left. I used to make my own little envelopes to put coins in when I sent them out. They were made out of wallpaper samples. I just found a couple of those the other day. Because I didn't have money to buy envelopes to put the prizes in. So I made those. But yeah, I'm really upset that somebody would accuse Andy of doing anything like that. That's just absurd, ridiculous. And like I said, if I find, once I go back over there and see who it was for sure, I'm probably going to get in even more trouble than I'm already in, because I decided the other night I just don't give a rat's patoot anymore. I'm just going to do it the way I'm going to do it. And if people don't like it, they don't have to come watch me. I don't care. I really don't anymore. I got bigger fish to fry with my health issues, and so, you know, that's, yeah, I can't afford them anymore. My original supply back in 2019, I think it was, I got 250 stickers. And I think I have 2 left. I don't know where they all are. they're somewhere. But yeah, you're right, Bag Lady. I'm 70, you know. I've earned the right to say F you if I want to. That's why I have the Deadbeat Club thing now, you know. I don't really, I probably will go back to doing my Monday night Lodo show, but I don't know if I'll ever pick up another metal detecting live stream. Truth be told, and Rob, you're in the room, so you're going to hear me say this. Truth be told, I've had a lot of people in the coin collecting community be a lot more supportive than the ones in the metal detecting community. And that's an irony, since my show started out as a metal detecting channel. Frankly, there's some people in the metal detecting community that think their shit doesn't stink, and that they can be rude and nasty to me. And I continue to support some of them for a while, but the other night I felt like somebody jumped into my grave when I said I wasn't going to vacate that 6 o'clock spot. There was a couple people could not wait to jump in there and grab that spot before I had even hit my new spot. But the ones that piss me off the most are the ones that bitch at me for asking for channel donations when they are monetized. That pisses me off. I had one tell me in somebody else's live stream, mind you, that if they had to ask for donations, they'd just take their channel down. Oh, honey, I wish I could see what would happen, because I know they wouldn't. Their egos are too invested in those channels. Oh, yeah, a lot of people are leaving, not just in the coin community. My bullies mostly come from the metal detecting community. Truly, they do. And I hate that. I really hate that. I'm like, you know, that is not the way that hobby works. And it pisses me off to no end when I see it happening. That people's egos have let them taint how they participate. So I decided the other night, to hell with it. I'll put my show on whenever I damn well please. If nobody wants to watch it, they don't have to. They just don't have to. There are certain channels I support. There are channels that I went to and visited and tried to support and got stabbed in the back. I had one that I had made an agreement with where I was going to change. I changed the time of my show so it would not overlap into their show. And I'm sending all these people over to their show, and they're not reciprocating. You know, they're not doing their part, which was they were supposed to be doing shout outs to my channel. But they never did. And they never showed up. They showed up once, I think, in my live stream. And I said, well, you know. And then, but they can go every week and show up in the channel of the people that are bullying me. So, yeah, that didn't work out too well. So I just don't support that channel anymore either. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to bullies. I'm not going to support people that badmouth me because I feel the need to discuss my medical problems sometimes. This is my freaking channel, people. You don't get to tell me what to do. I'm 70 years old. My mama and daddy both passed away. They're the ones that could tell me what to do. My own brother doesn't even try to tell me what to do. He knows better. Okay, these are from my last penny box. That's my 2011 proof. And this is just a bunch of pennies. Oh, all right. Well, what I'm going to do now, I think, is, it looks like it's going to rain. I'm going to try to get a hold of Andy. Well, see, Bag Lady, that's another thing that I had people get pissy with me about. I'm giving stuff away, right? I'm giving it away. I'm paying the postage for it. And I'm on Social Security. So for a while, I would mail twice a month. Well, first I was mailing them out and, I ended up going hungry because I was using the money for postage. So I decided that's not going to work. So I said, well, I'll still do the giveaways, but I'm only going to mail on the 15th and like around the 1st when I get my Social Security. Well, people complained. I had one guy, he won a prize on Wednesday. Friday, now this goes in California. Friday, he sends me a message going, when are you sending my thing? I'm like, excuse me? You just won it 2 nights ago. You won it Wednesday night. And it was like the 18th or so. So my next scheduled mail out was not until the 1st. He threw a conniption fit because I had not put his prize in the mail. So I took some money that I really couldn't afford at that moment and mailed him his package and sent him a nice email saying, please don't come back to my channel. The rules are posted for how I do my giveaways. And then I changed it again. Not too long ago, I changed it where I mail out once a month, usually around the 5th. And that's because I get my Social Security at the first part of the month. I pay all my bills, and then I mail out the prizes. And I cut back on the number of giveaways. Instead of giving out a whole bunch of things, and just doing a big giveaway each month, which I now call the gift away. I haven't even put July's up because everybody pissed me off so bad the other night. I was like, screw you. You ain't getting nothing this month. You were naughty. We were going to do Christmas in July. You were naughty. You're getting a freaking lump of coal. That's it. And, people got mad because I did that. No matter what you do, there's always going to be some butt wipe that thinks they're going to run your show. And I decided the other night I had had enough. and I'm not playing the game anymore. I'm just not. Don't need it, don't want it. Sorry, I'm trying to do something here. And it's this way. It's just like this.
It all goes to show you that it's always something.
Yep, it is indeed. It's always something. Mike the Greek. I'm sure I piss people off giving away things I win on channels. The ones who don't win, more than likely. Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, it's people don't have any respect for the fact that it costs money to do giveaways. And I, for a long time, was not able, because I give away a lot of the stuff I win in other channels. Unless it's something really special to me, it goes in that box there and I give it away. And sometimes the people I give it away to don't want it and they give it back, or they'll just give it away on their channel, and that's fine. Eventually it'll find a home. I am a stickler now on, if you don't, I have a 5-day limit. You've got 5 days to collect your prize. And if you don't collect it, I'm putting it back in and giving it away again. I held some of the Christmas ones for a couple of months and tried to track the people down, and I just don't do that anymore. You got 5 days. If you don't collect it, I put it back in the box. Yeah, so that's just the way it is. And I have cut way back on the freebie things. And I lost a lot of people. And you know what that tells me? They were just coming to win the prizes. They weren't here for the content. Hey, Linda, how you doing, hon? You know, they weren't coming for the content. They were just coming to try to get something for nothing. And it really played out on the Christmas thing, when it cost me over $300 and took me over 3 months to get everything mailed out, because people they didn't collect they didn't confirm their prize wins, and I was trying to be nice, and I'm going from channel to channel trying to find this person or that person, and no. The month of March, there's 31 days in March. In the month of March, I had 23 medical appointments. That does not include blood work or imaging. That's doctor's appointments and surgeries. 23. And I had someone get mad at me because I finally tracked them down in March to get an address to send a prize from the Christmas drawing. And that person got mad because they had not gotten their prize yet. Really? I should have put your prize back after 5 days, honey. Are you kidding me? Uh, yeah, that dude, yeah, that one guy, that Jimmy Lurkari dude, he just kind of like hangs out waiting to win stuff, I think. I tell you what, Jimmy, you are one of the luckiest people I have ever seen. There's something about your name that the algorithm just absolutely freaking loves. I don't know what it is, but you and Archaeology Mikey, and yeah, you're a wiener, all right. Uh, and then here's my other one. Since I'm throwing it all out here in the Deadbeat Club today, here's another one that gets on my butt a little bit. Um, I see all these people. They have all these guests that come up on their panel and they interview this one and that one. I'm not good at that. I've had people up on my panel maybe 2-3 times, but people that are supposed to be supporters of my channel, and I have asked them to come as a guest, and they always have a reason not to do so. That tells me, they're just riding my channel to get people to come to theirs or to win prizes, and they are not actually here to support my channel. I have a list of people that told me, oh, I'll be a guest. And then when I've contacted them, I'll ask twice. I'm not going to grovel at their feet. Anybody named Mike. So that's why I don't have guests. That's why I don't have guests, because they just, tell me they're going to do it and then they don't show up, or they tell me they're going to do it and then they write me back and say, no, I'm busy that night, or blah, blah, blah. So that's why I don't have guests. No, I did not go to the Grove show. In fact, I would have been persona non grata if I had, because I was one of the people that questioned if it was, no, I wasn't bad mouthing the idea of the show. I questioned whether or not it was going to be a big enough show to warrant traveling a long distance to be in. So that might have been what you saw. In light of the fact that there wasn't adequate hotels there was no airport there. It's a good idea in theory, but to travel, like, I live in Virginia. There just would not have been. Yeah, but Mikey, they have hotels and stuff in airports at Long Beach. Oklahoma, out in the middle of BFE, they didn't even have enough hotel rooms for the people that booked them. Some people, because they were running late, lost their places to stay. Yeah, now see, if I had an RV, that'd be a different thing. But they didn't have the facilities available. Like I said, there was no airport, or no public transportation really to speak of, no adequate hotel rooms. I just thought the location versus the amount of money, and it looked to me, from what I was seeing, and I'm not the only one, I know 2 or 3 other people that have commented on this. It looked to me more like a YouTube meet and greet. And that's great if you can afford to do that. But number one, I'm not a coin dealer. And number two, I don't have the money to spend on that kind of stuff. The location was way too small to warrant that trip, unless you thought for sure you were gonna make money. Yeah, that's the other thing. I was told by somebody else they did not have an RV park close by. And my friend, I'm not going to mention their name, but they ended up boondocking on the side of the road. And they did not feel safe and said they won't be going back. But, I'm all for supporting the small things, but you got to measure the money versus the payoff. And yeah, there really was nothing to do. They were having problems finding food things, just a lot of issues with that show. Had the same show been done in a bigger town, I think it might have done better. But I'm kind of persona non grata among a lot of those people, because I don't like the idea of folks calling themselves the best of the best. And some of those people I have seen horribly bullying other people on channels. And if you're bullying somebody, you're not the best of anything. You're just not the best of anything if you think some of the things those people have said, I'm just absolutely appalled at. That's why I don't allow politics and religion to be discussed in my regular live streams. But, come on, you can watch your corn grow in Oklahoma. No, that's Iowa, honey. I don't think they even have any corn growing in Oklahoma. I don't think there's any corn growing out there. Maybe some tumbleweed or some kind of weed. I'm not sure. I gotta get something. My watermelon is falling. The lady down the hall brought me some watermelon. I went to the store yesterday, but I had to ride the bus because I'm waiting for a new radiator for my car. And I saw this watermelon and I really wanted it, but I couldn't figure out how to carry a watermelon home on the bus. I felt like a baby in Dirty Dancing. I carried a watermelon. So anyway, when I came home, one of the ladies down the hall met me out in the breezeway there and said, "Would you like some watermelon?" And I'm like, "Yes, please." See, Bag Lady, I used to live in my RV for a couple of years after my mom died. I don't have the RV anymore. It's now a food truck in the Barberville Pioneer Settlement in Barberville, Florida. So if you're ever in Barberville, Florida, at the Pioneer Village, and you see a place run by a guy named Charlie Quacker, that's in my old motorhome. But yeah, I used to boondock and park in people's yards. And one of the reasons that motorhome bit the big one is it had, all Charlie used was the chassis, I think, and I think he replaced pretty much everything else. I know he had to replace the water tanks because they got polluted by a little thing called Flint, Michigan water. Yep, I was a victim, folks. Corn maze. You'd have had to go through the corn maze just to find some place to stay out there. Oh my God. Y'all cracking me up today. Yeah. I loved living in my motorhome. And I was supposed to pick up a motorhome in North Carolina and go on to Michigan from here. And 3 days before I was supposed to go pick it up, had all the money in place, ready to go, so I could get back to Michigan to get my health care that I need. And I had a pulmonary embolism and spent 15 days in intensive care, had to learn how to walk all over again. So and I lost my spot on the low income housing in Michigan. And now I'm still sitting at 18 months. And I really want another motorhome, but my family is not supportive of the idea of me living in one anymore at my age. My brother has one for sale if anybody wants to buy it for me. It's a lovely little small one that has everything I would need in it. But anyway, hey, Mud Swat. Yeah, it's the Deadbeat Club, where we just sit around, drink coffee, drink tea, drink beer, drink, smoke, do whatever it is. Do it if you got it. But yeah, I'd love to have my brother's motorhome. It's a road track, very compact, not a whole lot bigger than a van, except that it has the head space. But it has everything you need. It's got a bathroom. It's got a full kitchen with stove, refrigerator, microwave. In fact, it's got a microwave convection oven. It's an awesome motorhome. They've had it for many years, but it's always been very well taken care of, and I would love to own it, but they won't sell it to me. So if somebody's got $15,000 wants to buy me a motorhome so I can live in Michigan while I look for an apartment up there, let me know. Oh no, I'm approved for it. There's just nobody's moving out. It used to be that in the senior apartments, sorry, I'm eating watermelon. You would have people that would move out and go to assisted living, or you would have people that would move out and go into the nursing homes. But because of what's going on with the rent right now, a lot of those people are not giving up those spots. Instead, they are having a family member or a healthcare worker move in with them because they are afraid that something will happen and then they'll have to go back to the bottom of the list. Bag lady, I've been trying for over a year now to transfer to Michigan. I am on the list at probably 6 different counties and 10 or 15 apartment complexes. You know, it's not a financing issue, it's a lack of vacancy issue. Nobody's vacating. I can't go throw them out. I'm even looking way outside of the area that I wanted to be in. Just trying to get to Michigan. Yesterday, I got a line on one in Lansing, which really isn't that far from where I want to be. And so I have messaged them, but I can't make people vacate, you know. I've been working on this for a long time. I've got my list sitting here, and I make 4 or 5 calls every week trying to get in. Not with the program I'm in, Bag Lady. These are all government subsidized, income based for low income, and they do not, these 2 programs that I'm in, which are by USDA and HUD, do not pay for private residents, and there is a 2-year waiting list to get on Section 8 in Michigan. So sadly, that's just the way it is. Oh, I lived there before, Louis. I love Michigan, and the main reason I need to go there is I have a lot of autoimmune disorders, and the University of Michigan Hospital is one of the top ones for working on those. Well, I can't get a house, not in Michigan anyway. I even thought about looking in Ohio and driving to Ann Arbor from northern Ohio. I'm Benji's in my old area. I got all kinds of people I've been asking to check for things for me. I can't. Yeah, Michigan is where I need to be. And the irony, when they did my brain biopsy, I assumed, don't ever do that, that they would be sending that to Duke University in North Carolina. Well, when results started coming back, the nurse called me when they finally had yes, Furry, that's exactly it. Anyway, when my results started coming back from the biopsy, the nurse calls me and she says, well, we finally know what you have. We've gotten your biopsy results back from the University of Michigan. And I burst out laughing. And of course, this lady's like, well, you know, what's so funny about that? And I said, well, you don't understand. I said, I've been trying to get back to Michigan for over a year. And apparently part of me finally got back there. The place I was initially supposed to go is between Flint and Saginaw. It's called Buena Vista, or Buena Vista. I don't know how they pronounce it up there. And I got all the way to the top of their waiting list, and then I had the embolism, and now I'm back at the bottom again. Anywhere, I mean, I'm looking in Bay City, I'm looking in Lansing, I'm looking in Ann Arbor, pretty much central Michigan. I do not want Detroit, and I don't want the UP, and I don't want to be over by Chicago. I want to basically be in central Michigan on the I-75 corridor or I-69 cutting over to I-75, because a lot of the places that I need to have access to are in that area. And I apologize for eating during the stream, but I had to get something in my system. So I'm eating watermelon. It doesn't have any seeds, so I'm not spitting the seeds. I used to live in a little town called Clio, Michigan, and then I moved to Flushing, Michigan. Right now I'm looking at a place in Lansing. Any of you that watch the AAP Variety Channel, apparently the place that I am looking at is right down the street from where they live. And they have told me it's an okay neighborhood, but it may not be affordable for me because it's not in my network. But we will see. Right now, I don't have the money anyway. I have the money we originally raised through one of the channels, and they raised a little over 1,000. And then I raised another couple of hundred selling some of my coins. So anyway, I've got, and then I've been putting money in as I can. So, and I can't touch that money. That money goes into a special account that I can only use for the moving expenses. And because believe me, I would be in that account right now fixing my car if I could, but I can't. So, but the the amount of money we put away would have covered everything at the time. But rents have gone up, gas has gone up, moving expenses have all gone up. So the original amount of money we put away isn't going to touch it. I'm going to have almost twice as much. And I was supposed to be going today to the local farmers market to sell jewelry that I make, but now my car is broken down, so I can't do that. That's why I'm going to be posting some of it over on my other channel. I was taking pictures earlier and I got photos done. And I just got to start getting it posted. So I will let you all know. Oh, that sounds so good. Gumbo. Gumbo. Yeah, like I can't really just make a jump move. I'm going to have to really, really plan it out. Like I had it all planned out before, but yeah, like I can't even afford to replace my car. I had decided a long time ago the next time it broke down, I was just going to try and pick up another cheap one there are no cheap ones. Used cars cost more than new ones when you average it all out. So I'm just going to have to paste this one back together. And probably I'm going to be here in Virginia doing these absurd 300-mile medical trips. Yeah, see, that's what happened to me, was the COVID thing. But it was more the pulmonary embolism thing. I had the money to move and was like within a week. And when I had the embolism, I ended up having to learn how to walk all over again. And it has manifested when I fell. I jammed my glasses into my right eye, which caused what they call a traumatic injury cataract. Now, the good thing about that, if there is a good thing, is that when they went in to remove that cataract, they discovered that I had this growth. It's not cancer per se, but it's an inflammatory tissue growth in the eye socket and in my brain behind the eye socket, and that's why I had to have the but what it has done is it has made a pressure on my optic nerve so that half my eye is blind. So that was what they had to do the brain biopsy for, and that's when they found out I have this ultra rare autoimmune thing called IgG4-RD. The RD stands for related diseases. So this is like, that has slowed me down. I've just in the last few months gotten where I can see well enough to do like live streams and videos. And yeah, this is the best I've been for over a year. But now I just got to try and work my way back out of the hole and keep looking for a way to get up there, because right now they don't have specialists for what I need where I live. I usually at least 3 times a month have to go to Roanoke, Virginia, which is 125 miles each way. My health insurance will pay for part of that. They pay for 60 miles each way. So they pay for 120 miles. I got to pay for the other 120 miles. It's killing me. And I'm not going to try to drive my car up there. So sometimes I have a church group that transports me for free, but we just don't have the doctors here for the things I have. That's why I need to get back to Michigan, where I can access those things. Michigan also has a very good transportation system for people who are on Medicare and Medicaid that will get you to doctor's appointments all over the state for less than $10. And I have checked and it is still in effect. So but yeah, they've got what I need there, and I just have to figure out how to get there. That's why I've been sitting here all day sorting through all these coins, because anything that I don't have to have sitting here is going back to the bank, or it is going into my collection, or it's going into a sale, because I got to do it. Yeah, see, we have very little of that. The town I live in has a bus service, but it only runs until 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So if you get a 1 o'clock doctor's appointment, you're not going to get home. I have actually had them put me out of the emergency room here in the rain with no way home more than once. We do not have Uber. We do not have Lyft. We do not have a taxi service. We don't have doodly doodle in this town. And I had never intended to live here. This was a temporary stop because my sister and my niece lived here. But that's not here anymore either. My niece's family has all moved up to the Washington, D.C. and Maryland area. So I don't have them to rely on anymore. And I didn't need them until I lost the sight in my eye. So now I do have to have my car just to get. I can't see well enough. You remember who Mr. Magoo was? I'm Mr. Magoo, honey. I can barely get over here to Walmart, and I can see the Walmart sign from my front window. So, yeah, we had a guy that tried to do Uber, but I don't think it was that. I don't know why he didn't succeed. I don't think people ever really knew he was doing it. And really, I don't think there's enough business here to support it on any kind of regular basis. This is just a tiny town in the Blue Ridge Mountains. You know, I mean, we're in Appalachia, folks. We are not in the city. So, and a lot of people here don't even understand how those kind of services work. Like, we have people, we finally got a, what you call it, DoorDash guy, right? They don't understand they're supposed to tip the DoorDash guy. They're like, well, we gave a tip to the restaurant. Doesn't that cover it? No, that doesn't cover it. That doesn't pay for his gas. You know, they don't understand how those kind of services work, and they don't tip. So after a while, people, you know, don't want to provide the service because they're losing money. Can't blame them for that. So anyway, that's one of the deals here. Yeah, people are terrible. Well, like, one of the services I use is actually through the Society of Friends Church. Now, for those of you who don't know, those are Quakers. We have a Quaker church here. It's been here in these mountains for over 100 years. Now, the Quakers, how they got involved in that was during World War I. They are conscientious objectors, and they do not believe in fighting or killing, but they did in World War I agree to be in the military as medics, ambulance drivers, anybody that was doing something that saved lives but did not involve shooting or killing. And after the war, the Quakers continued. A lot of them became ambulance drivers in World War I and continued that through World War II. And they continue now in transporting people to medical appointments. And I get rides with them. They are wonderful, wonderful people. And I'd probably be dead if I didn't have them. So a shout out to the Society of Friends, the Quaker medical drivers that get me to where I need to go. So that's, hey Mark, how you doing? So that is like a really, really cool thing that they do. They also run a food bank here locally, and just recently they combined their food bank with the food bank at the church that I go to sometimes, which is right up the street. And we're a non-denominational group. And yesterday I had a knock on the door, and because I had mentioned to one of my friends that my car was broken down. Yesterday I had a knock on the door, and here was one of the gentlemen from the Quaker church and bringing me food. Yes, your ride. Your ride is the freaking best, Benji. Absolutely. You know, I could get on your ride in Clio and they would take my butt to Detroit. Absolutely. That is the other reason I'm going there. Because if I get to a point where I can no longer drive, I can still use that transit system. It connects with other transit systems all over Michigan. And you can ask James Eller. He uses it in the Detroit area. But yeah, they took me from Flushing Township to Detroit multiple times for $2.50. Yeah. And that system will take you anywhere you need to go in Michigan. It just connects with other ones. It's awesome. I'm sorry you're sick, Mark. Have you been kissing Dawn the metal detective? Because she's down with a sick tummy bug too. Must be going around, but she's in Texas. But yeah, Benji, that service, before I got a car when I was in Michigan, they used to take me everywhere. And sometimes if I had an emergency, because you got to book it a couple of days in advance, but if I had an emergency and I called your ride and said, hey, look, you know, I'm sick and I got to go now, they'd send somebody over in a little car to pick me up instead of with the bus. They'd come right to my door. Miss Susan, you need me to help you come out? Oh, yeah. I mean, I got stranded a couple of times by your ride. They're not perfect, but by golly, they're better than most states offer. And that's one of the other reasons I need to be there. So, yeah, thank you for mentioning that one because they are awesome. Yeah, see, that's me, bag lady. I want that tip to go in the person's hand. I don't want it to go on some receipt and then find out their boss made them share it with 3 other people that didn't do jack doo-doo for me. I just give them the cash. Here you go, honey. Yeah, I think there's a stomach thing going around, but okay, what am I looking at here? I'm looking at a 1998 P. Like I said, I know nothing about nickels. So I've got my red book out here. But yeah, your ride is one of the wonderful things about Michigan that I can't speak highly enough about that. 1997. Turn the page. 1998 P. That thing's got no value. Well, a little more than a nickel. I got a whole bunch of 1990s here in an envelope. Just because I don't know anything about nickels, so I thought, well, I'll just have to look them all up. 1990. Hey. And of course, I don't really know how to grade. I don't know how to grade coins. Anybody that knows anything about grading coins, what do you think this guy would be? Because in the book they read, this as an MS-63 would be worth a quarter. As an MS-65 would be worth $2.75. But I kind of doubt it's worth either one. Yeah, unfortunately, people are acting stupid in the auctions. I go and watch them just to see what people will actually spend. I can't bid unless, like I did the other night in spray can coins, where people were, I don't know, they were napping or something, because I got this for $1. It has 3, oops, let me get them turned around here. A 1943S, a 43P, and a 43D steel pennies in a nice little display box packet thing for $1. And I got this for $1 because people were sleeping. So I did not even send PayPal. I sent Mr. Spray Can a $2 bill in the mail. So I got those 3 steel pennies and this Indian head for a $2 bill. Yeah, it was very nice. A very nice one. All the lettering is very clear on the headband. It's a nice piece. People were napping. I got it for $1. But I really, I really can't be buying things right now, but I made an exception for that. Yeah, the L, all the lettering on the headband is in perfectly good shape, and yeah, people were napping, and I said, well, I can spend $1, and if I don't get it, then big deal. But nobody bid, so I ended up getting it. Bye, Benji. Thanks for stopping in. I'm going to be going pretty soon myself. I'm just going to look at a few of these nickels here and see if there's any reason whatsoever that they should not go back to the bank. And my eyes are kind of blurring a little bit, so. So, anyway, we've just been sitting around being a bunch of deadbeats this afternoon, huh? And that's all right with me. I don't like pressure. I don't need pressure right now. And I'd still be looking at these coins, whether y'all had stopped in to say hi or not, but it's a lot more fun when there's some other folks here. So I'm just looking at stuff, trying to figure out what to do with it. Yeah, Benji lives in the area that I used to live in, but I did not know him when I lived there. Another person that I actually lived right around the corner from, I'm going to say within 2 miles, is Fleabag. I went by Fleabag's house just about every single day. The first time Fleabag won something on my channel and sent me his address, I almost had a heart attack. I'm like, oh my God, I know exactly where that is. I go by there every day. Another person that lives very close to where I live is Digging with Deej. I lived maybe 15 miles from Deej. Not all that far from the folks from the AAP Variety Channel. There's a lot of folks that I did not know when I lived in Michigan that I am acquainted with now. And Swing for the Ring, that's another one. Michigan Gems. I've got a lot of Michigan people in my channel. They all know I love me some Michigan. And there are many reasons why. But the biggest one is I know I can get the health care I need. Michigan may be lacking in some things, but they have some fine health care. They have some, especially if you have autoimmune disorders or anything like that. They have some tremendous research facilities. And I need them. Okay, 91P. Oh, well. I don't know where M3 went. He was in here. But he has left the building. Actually, I think he's in the bedroom. I fixed the window shade in the bedroom where he can see a lot more stuff outside. So he's very happy with that. All right. Yeah, there's some nickels that can go back to the bank. And I think I'm about done for now. I'm gonna go back to my jewelry project. Got some more money that can go to the bank this week. I'm not going to be able to get quarters from the car wash because my car is not running. But I might be able to swap some of the ones in the jar here out down at the vending machine. So we'll see. All right, you bunch of deadbeats. I'm sure I've pissed off at least 5 or 6 people today. And I'm going to go see if I can get a hold of Handy Andy and find out who I need to kill this week. So I'll probably be back later on. And y'all go find somebody to torment. Tell them I sent you. That's guaranteed to get you probably muted or something. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. We'll see you later. Bye.